we don't know what the status is of Jordan Mason yet, but sprained a C joint in his shoulder. He couldn't even run with that injury. Like he took one carry in the second half, ran straight out of bounds, got no contact, and said, "No, this feels awful." Maybe in a week and a half it'll all go away, but I can't imagine a guy who runs like that, who lowers his shoulder into contact every single time, could be himself. Maybe he will. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't play against the Chiefs. If he doesn't, it's Guerendo time, baby. And we've seen some extended Guerendo looks. He's averaging like almost 7 yards a carry because he had a 76-yard run. What are you thinking about the Guerendo era if it's here?
Well, hopefully, I'm hoping Jordan Mason plays. Maybe they'll inject him with some kind of painkiller and like they like to do, all teams in the NFL. But if Guerendo has to play, I believe I did the math on it. If you take that one long run away, he was like 9 carries for 2.5 yards.
23.
Yeah, 2.5 yards per carry. I'm pretty sure is what it was.
Mm-hmm.
So not great. It is not good. When you get him outside, he's dangerous. If he could turn that corner with that speed, he's ridiculously dangerous. He's a weapon. But as far as like every down back between the tackles, he's just not there yet. Maybe he'll develop into it, but he's not reading the zone correctly. You can tell that when you're watching him. He runs very high pad level, the opposite of Frank Gore. Remember how low Frank Gore would get? Like Isaac Guerendo's opposite of that. Just stands straight up. I don't think he's an every down back. I don't think he's ready to do that. They're better off with like a Patrick Taylor if they have to go that route. And they got somebody else on the practice squad. I want to say Keyshawn. What's his name?
Vaughn.
Vaughn. Yeah, Keyshawn Vaughn or whatever. He's probably better than Guerendo between the tackles too. So I know it was exciting to see Guerendo make that big run, but I don't think he's that guy yet.
Yeah, I just feel like at least he has something that's intriguing about him. I don't think that Patrick Taylor Jr. does. No offense, Patrick or Keyshawn. But I feel like this guy at least has breakaway speed, and he weighs 230. So if you gave him to Andy Reid, I think there'd be a package of plays for him. Like, I don't know if he can handle 20 carries. Maybe he can. But, yeah, I'm with you. Like, the runs between the tackles, I don't think he has a great feel for it. But the runs to the outside, he's got such an incredible burst. I think he might be pretty – if you just ran outside zone, forget inside zone. You just run outside zone and tell him, like, press the outside as much as you can. Try to get that out, try to get the edge that George Kittle's going to seal. You don't have to read much. And if it's not there, cut back. I think he could be pretty effective with that. And again, like if you give him 15 carries, how many of those are going to be for more than 20 yards? 1, 2? Is it worth it? Maybe. You want those big plays, and you're not going to get them from any other running. You're not going to get them from Debo playing running back anymore. So I'm a little intrigued, and I feel again like, he's limited, and he has certain clear weaknesses, but on this team with all these weapons and a genius like Kyle Shanahan, it should be enough. It should be, and I'm not saying to beat the Chiefs, but to like have a good offense.
Yeah, I would like to see him run to the left. That it's funny, that big run he ran, I believe it's off of Pooney was the main, had a huge block right there, which is great to see. Rookie blocking for another rookie, went to the right, but I do want to see like run outside zone behind Trent Williams and George Kittle and see what that looks like for him. And then also, hit him on a little screen, a little dump off, and let him run that way. Like you got to be able to
do that.
Yeah, use his
Andy Reid does this a lot. He'll take like someone that he knows the defense is focused on, like Tyreek Hill or Travis Kelce or Rashee Rice, and he'll like throw him in motion before the snap to the left, and then he'll call a screen to the right. Like, you know what I mean? Like, let's get everyone looking this way. Because like, oh my God, it's Tyreek Hill in motion, and now I'm throwing to some nobody you've never heard of that you're not thinking about, and it's like he's wide open. Schemes up. Like, why would you not do that? Well, when Debo goes in motion, everyone's looking at him. And then you can just kind of sneak the ball over to Isaac Guerendo, who's faster and probably more dangerous after the catch than Debo right now. Is that blasphemous to say?
No.
I saw you and Wayne Breezy get into it on your show. He wouldn't hear it. I'm saying, Wayne, I love you, but Debo isn't breaking tackles. I don't know why. He's not.
He's not. I don't know what it is either. I would like to see Isaac Guerendo on a tunnel screen, something like that, something creative. Get him out in space and just let him use his speed. But no, I don't think he's every down. He's not going to replicate Jordan Mason and the way he runs. I think they need the combination of Patrick Taylor, Keyshawn Vaughn, and Isaac Guerendo. Mix it up. But, hopefully this is a non-issue and Jordan Mason's ready to go.
Last thing I want to say about Guerendo, yeah, he compared him to Frank Gore. He's not Frank Gore for sure. Jordan Mason, I compare him to Marshawn Lynch. I like comparing running backs to their style. Like Guerendo, they've made real clear Raheem Mostert. They even gave him Mostert's number, which is like, no pressure, buddy. But when Mostert was at his peak with the Niners back like 2019, when Mike McGlinchey was a good run blocker and George Kittle was young and still trying to get paid, man, they would seal the edge and Mostert would be able to just run straight out of bounds, never get touched 7 yards. He did that all the time. The easiest 7-yard runs, the easiest untouched runs I've ever seen. Can Guerendo do that? Like, is Kittle still that kind of a blocker, or at 31 years old, after losing 30 pounds and gaining 30 pounds in like a month, is he not that? I'd like to see it. I don't know.
What's the safety on the Cardinals?
Budda Baker. Yeah, he lit him up.
Budda Baker lit George Kittle up so bad. That was crazy. Go watch on that fumble from Jordan Mason.
I'm not used to seeing Kittle get pancaked. I'm used to seeing Kittle do the pancaking.
Yeah, and I still believe in George Kittle. I think he wins a large majority of those situations. But him and Budda got this thing going on, man. It's always those two. I think Budda injured George Kittle in the past. Like they gotta.
And they talk about how much they like each other and respect each other, but probably on the field, it's like, I hate you.
Yeah.
I wish I didn't have to face you. Oh, I actually, I'm glad I have to face you twice a year because I hate you.
Budda saw that opportunity and was like, I am going to light this dude up as he was running up there. But, back to the point, I think George Kittle is still one of the best blocking tight ends in the NFL. And I would love to see Guerendo get some outside zone behind Trent Williams and George Kittle. I think they could have quite a bit of success that way, but just not every down back.
Not every down back. My ball Zach Ertz says $1,800 on Thursday with the sleeper app. Easy money putting Brock to rush for more than 12, and my other ones hit too. Yeah, I like on the app when you like find certain niche wagers that you feel like just going to hit every time, like certain people to not score a touchdown. I like that one.
I've hit every time on the Brock Purdy running. Like Brock,
there's just like certain market inefficiencies that people don't realize. Like, no, Brock is now running. This is a big part of what he's trying to prove, because you can understand not both he and Kyle and the Niners are trying to make the argument that he's worth $60 million a year. So they have to show that he's not just a system quarterback, a yak merchant, a this and that. Like, it's not just play action. It's not just yak. It's not just this. He has to be special. And so he's on the mission to prove it. And I think that Kyle is too, because Kyle isn't going to get another quarterback. This is it.
Another wager I like now too is the in-game wagers, because you can kind of see the direction of the game is going and you can make adjustments. Like if the team's really up by a lot, his quarterback's not going to throw and they're going to run the ball a lot and vice versa. So it allows you to get a little bit of an advantage that way.
Genius. Yeah.